That's Tony Hancock in. Hancock's half hour.
You've got a keen interest in local customs and folk traditions, haven't you, Sid? What, booze you mean? Well, not just booze, but let's start there, Sid. I've seen you drinking a yard of ale down the East Cheam Arms, haven't I? One glug and whoosh, it's gone, just like that. Almost like Tommy Cooper. That's not an old custom. They give you one every Saturday night when they run out of clean glasses. And I always buy a yard of ale for last orders. It goes further. Why do you want to know anyway, Hancock? Well, it's that do-laddie old mayor of ours, isn't it? Mayors. That's an old-fashioned custom, isn't it, Sid? I ask you, all those frock coats and gold chains. That's how Boris dresses up in his new flat, so I'm told. So the mayor insists we interview East Cheam's town crier. Your girlfriend Elsie back, is she? She used to cry a lot, didn't she, Hancock? She was known as the town crier for many years. Oh, Elsie did not cry. Well, once or twice maybe. Anyway, it's a different thing altogether, and she wasn't always crying because some of the time she was reasonably happy. I can assure you that because she was with me. I'm the beau of the village, don't forget. I'd forgotten that, but I thought that's why she was always crying. Look how the Queen's perked up now Philip's gone. Getting back to the subject, real town crying is an ancient arcane art where the person with the biggest gob in a particular town is elected to shout important announcements because most people couldn't read back in the day and they were a bit mutton on account of working in factories. Vis-a-vis, a town crier has to be loud so everyone can hear them and they know he's the town crier. And you have to listen to him or he'll bash you around the head with his bell. What use are town criers? Now we've got the internet, Hancock. You can't just dispense with tradition once you've got a newfangled device, Sid. Unfortunately, East Cheam's town crier is not playing the game by the book. Apparently he's refusing to shout. And people have started to complain. So the mayor wants to sack him, but wants to make sure he won't sue the council for unfair dismissal.
Good morning, I'm Mr. Yay, Mr. Oliver Yay. I'm your local town crier. You must have seen me about. Oh, I stick out a mile.
Ah, Mr. Yay, pleased to meet you. Yes, we've seen you about, but we haven't flaming well heard you, have we? I'm afraid the mayor has had you followed with a decibelometer, and you're well below standard. He wants you up nearer a pneumatic drill, and at the moment you're down around a granny in a pair of slippers.
It's me bell. I asked for a quiet one, but they gave me a really loud one instead. I have to wear earplugs. I've had to take the clapper out. I've got a ringing sound in my ears all the time, and I've been told it's against the law to make a lot of noise anyway.
The whole idea of being a town crier is that you make a lot of noise, Mr. Yay. People like being deafened by a red-faced, pot-bellied old ruffian. It's traditional.
I'm afraid I don't like loud noises, and I'm chairman of the East Cheam Noise Abatement Society, who is supported by a community of like-minded people.
You're chairman of the East Cheam Noise Abatement Society? So why on earth did you apply for the job of town crier? You must have known it wasn't the right job for you.
It's only because they didn't explain the job properly, did they? I thought all you had to do was dress up and pretend. I didn't think you actually had to make all that noise. It's against my beliefs.
Come on now, Mr. Yay, we're both men of the world. You can't be surprised that they want to sack you because you aren't doing your job properly, are you?
It's not my fault. You can't sack a disabled person, can you? I've got laryngitis. You know all that shouting about? I'm not used to it. It's ruined my deep, manly voice, it has.
What happened?
My voice broke.
I'm sorry, Mr. Yay. I think I'm going to have to put you straight there. I don't think laryngitis is classed as a disability. Anyway, you haven't lost your voice. You're nattering away like Piers Morgan on steroids.
I'm afraid my voice comes and goes. I can be in the middle of a speech, celebrating the arrival of a raw baby or something like that, and then my voice stops, and my mouth opens and closes and nothing comes out. People think I'm imitating a fish, and they laugh at me. It's destroyed my confidence. It does give me a chance to hand out my noise abatement leaflets. Noise kills.
What are you taking for your laryngitis, Mr. Yay? And while you're at it, take something for those flaming leaflets of yours as well.
I'm taking honey and melon, but the melon keeps getting stuck in my throat. I know they could change the job description to Town Whisperer, couldn't they?
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Mr. Yay. There's no such thing as a town whisperer. Town gossip may be. It looks like you're going to have to resign as you're being paid to give it some welly with the old vocal cords. Here, we'll give you a chance. Say, hear ye, and now, brown cow, as loud as you can.
All right, but you mustn't watch, I'm shy.
All right, I'll close my eyes just for you. Now, give it a go.
Hear ye, how now a brown a cow.
Can't you try harder than that? Where's your gusto, your elan, your pizzazz? If that's the loudest you can do, we'll have to tell the mayor.
Oh, don't be rotten. I said it nice and clear, didn't I? What happened to the cow, by the way?
I know what we'll do for you now. We'll give you a for instance, a standard reference against which you can measure yourself. So, Sid, you have a go. How now, brown cow? Good God, you've done for him, Sid. He's passed out. See if his heart has stopped. Wait a minute, get the defibrillator from outside the East Cheam Arms. Wait a minute, he's coming round.
Ooh, what happened? Suddenly there was this terrible noise. It couldn't have been human. It scared the life out of me. Did a jumbo jet just land in the road outside? I'm going to report you to the authorities. It's a criminal offence to make noises above 50 decibels.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Mr. Yay, but we're not on the flight path to Heathrow. That was me. I don't care if it's criminal, that's the sort of volume you're supposed to be doing the town crying at, Mr. Yay.
You're not asking me to do that, are you? It would send me to an early grave. I've got to look after my conscience as well, you know.
Now look, Mr. Yay, you're not a bad man, don't get me wrong. In fact, you may very well be quite a nice man, but you're not cut out to be a nice town crier.
How do you know? I've wanted to be a town crier all my life. It was my boyhood ambition. Years I've waited for this opportunity.
I think we've heard enough, Hancock. What East Cheam needs is a lion. But what East Cheam has got is a mouse with a moral conscience.
I never had a lion, though. Perhaps that's the problem. But I used to have a pet mouse. We got on very well. But what's wrong with being a mouse? You never get annoyed by a noisy mouse, do you?
There's nothing wrong with being a mouse per se, providing it doesn't want to be a town crier.
Oh, stop messing about.
So, Mr. Yay, if you refuse to resign from your post, you'll have to throw yourself on the mercy of the courts and let them decide.
Wait a minute, can't I do town crying part-time? I'll do the dressing up, and someone else can do the voice, and then I can serve them with a noise abatement notice, can't I?
Nah, it's all or nothing, Mr. Yay. You've got to throw yourself into the job of town crier, or give it up to someone else who can. It's a new court year, Usher, and I'm keen to get it started on the right footing. Start out as you mean to go on, I always say. No one is going free. They're all getting sentences because a new prison has just opened, and I've been told by the government it needs filling. I'm afraid, my lord, we're off to the worst possible start. First up is that dreadful private police force, Hancock's Heroes, and a Mr. Yay arguing about town criers. Thank you, God! What have I done to deserve this? I haven't been that bad, have I? I always make sure the wife sends all my old clothes to Oxfam. Town crier, you say? That means they'll be making a lot of noise then. Get me a couple of aspirins and a glass of sherry quick, and a couple of earplugs. Top of the morning to you, Your Honour. We've got a very interesting case for you. It's right down your alley. It's about town criers. You know, knee-length breeches, silly hats and wigs. Oh, no disrespect to Your Honour and all that. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Thank you very much, ex-Inspector Hancock. We don't want any impersonations in court. And I do know what a town crier is, and I already have a headache in anticipation. Be delighted to know that our Mr. Yeh is the world's quietest town crier. You won't get a peep out of him, let me tell you. You can try your hardest, and if you manage it, there's a few quid in it, if you know what I mean. Do not, in any circumstances, attempt to bribe me, Inspector Hancock. Call Mr. Yeh!
No need to shout. That went right through me. I'm on medication, you know. I've got a nervous disposition, and I'll have to contact the council. You're making too much noise in here.
No need to shout, Your Honour.
Stop messing about. You don't need to apologise to me, silly.
I am not messing about. It is you that is messing about. Of that we can be assured. So what have you done that brings you to court, Mr. Yeh? I'm afraid it's a sordid tale, Your Honour. Mr. Yeh inveigled himself into the position of town crier on false pretences, and steadfastly refuses to shout, "Oh yea," and Her Majesty, and all he does is whisper it. He won't turn the volume up, whatever you say, because he says he's chairman of the East Cheam Noise Abatement Society. If that's not a conflict of interest, I don't know what is. Is this true, Mr. Yeh? If so, you are reneging on your duties and should resign forthwith, as you've clearly breached the Trades Description Act. You need to think more about your employer and put aside your own personal beliefs and interests.
Oh, I try my very best, Your Honour, but my principles are of the highest order. Silence is golden, you know, like Boris's wallpaper.
Oh, do shut up, Mr. Yeh. I'm tired of hearing your excuses. You either do your job properly or you resign.
I can't. I'm also a Methodist monk who's taken a vow of silence because of his beliefs.
Utter nonsense. Methodists don't have monks.
They didn't till last Thursday. I'm the first one.
Don't listen, Your Honour. He's having us all on. This is the first time he's said anything about this. It's excuse after excuse after excuse. Yes, and what's your excuse, Inspector Hancock?
You're horrible. You're denying me my religious right to be silent. It's an hate crime.
I'm afraid, Mr. Yeh, you've fallen into my little trap. If you have taken a vow of silence, why are you speaking? You haven't stopped till you came in.
Don't worry, Your Honour. The head monk says I can speak to you providing I don't raise my voice.
I'm afraid, Mr. Yeh, you're going to have to make a straight choice. It's either the Methodist monks and the East Cheam Noise Abatement Society, or it's the town crier.
But what about the nuns?
Nuns? What about the nuns?
They all miss me. One of them's my girlfriend.
I do not have a heart of stone, Mr. Yeh, so in that case you'll definitely have to give up your town crying. The path of true love must run smoothly. So that solved all our problems then, hasn't it?
But I can't give up town crying.
Why on earth not? You just said you had a girlfriend.
My nun-girlfriend said she'd leave me if I let the mayor down. I've sworn a vow of kindness as well to my fellow humans. I can't let them down. Don't listen to him, Your Honour. He's trying to pull a fast one. He'll be crying on the other side of his face if I get hold of him. In my court, Inspector Hancock, I decide who is trying to pull a fast one and who isn't. Wait a minute. Have you ever thought about becoming a town crier? You've got a wonderful bass vibrato. Why would I become a town crier when I've already got a really good job as a judge? Oh, so you think I have a wonderful bass voice, do you?
Mr. Ye's got a point, Your Honour. It would solve the current problem, wouldn't it?
I would, but I know nothing about town crying.
I must admit I would look good in the suit, though. All those ruffs and the tricorn hat. I'd look splendid, wouldn't I?
I could train you up, and then we could do town crying together. We could be a team. You'd be the one making all the row.
I think he might be onto something, Judge See-Through. I think you could be a top town crier. You know, on Good Morning Britain. Maybe even Strictly. What? To replace Piers Morgan, you mean? No, on Good Morning Britain, I don't think Piers Morgan has the hips for Strictly. Unlike yourself, Your Honour. What a good idea. I wouldn't mind a second string to my bow.
Try saying, oh yay, order in court as loud as you can.
Oh yay! Oh yay! Order in court!
Wasn't that good? Now we'll do it together.
Oh yay! Oh yay! Order in court!